Welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading for you guys today. So I do have some messages that have come from Spirit. I hope everybody's having an awesome day, evening, afternoon. Again, please know that my readings are timeless, which means whenever you pull this video into your own energy, because you're creating your own reality, there will be messages in here for you. Okay, so just know that. So you just need to be able to use your best discernment and choose what messages for you, and then leave the rest, what's for somebody else, for them, okay, to pick up. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Before we get into the reading, I just want to talk about these two books, okay? The first book, now there are links to these books in the description box below. Why am I talking about this? Why would I talk about books? Because this book right here, The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN, has literally, I've always been psychic my whole life, but being able to use the intuitive workbook in this book, I gained a real connection with my higher self God, and everything became so much more clear to me. There's 3 major techniques in this book that I think are extremely important for every person that's on their spiritual journey to understand and know and to actively use. Because a lot of the times when I look at situations, when I look at the future and I'm looking to see what's happening, I can see what the person is creating with their thoughts and their beliefs, and then I can see what Holy Spirit, God, has for that person. And so, like, the highest potential, basically, and where somebody will end up. Okay, I can see what people's divine life purposes are. So when I was just being a psychic the rest of my life before I came across this book, I felt like I was trapped in a psychic realm, to where, welcome in Fashionista, to where I was only experiencing things that are of a psychic nature. And so after reading this book, working through the intuitive techniques within it, I gained control and actually exited out of the psychic realm. Welcome in, SC Baby Fat. So the 3 main techniques in this book that I think are like more wealthy than gold, first of all, is going to be the God technique. The God technique helps you shift out of your ego into looking out through the eyes of God, source, your higher self, so that you can see everything from a bigger picture. This is like extremely important to do when you're wanting to get answers and know about your spiritual journey. Again, this book may not be for everybody. For people that don't want to awaken, that want to stay stuck in the matrix, they're probably going to reject this information. But it's spoken in clear, very, like, seriously, a grade school kid could read this and understand it. So that's one method, okay, the God technique. The other method is a joy versus anger technique. And what that does is it helps you develop a yes and no answering system with your higher self, aka God, your soul, whatever you want to call that, so that you can get immediate answers back. So you're not having to like say a prayer and then wait for a sign, or wait for an angel to come, or wait for something. Like, you're basically creating that one-on-one connection within your own God self, and you're getting that immediate answer back. Okay, so that's really important. Like, I was living life and not asking questions like, should I eat this? Should I go here? Should I hang out with them? And my life was chaotic. Now that I ask questions, I pretty much avoid a lot of tragedies. And when I forget to ask questions, sometimes things will happen and I'll be like, damn, I didn't even ask about that. So that's one technique that's just so, so great. The other technique is the mind technique. The mind technique helps you get rid of thoughts and beliefs that are no longer serving you. Oh, thank you, you guys. You're so kind. Literally, that are no longer serving you. Because what I see people doing is, like, they'll want to create something outside of themselves, like a new relationship, but they have, thoughts and beliefs within them. And this is the majority of people, just like in general, because we all start in our south node in the ego, and then we go through our life and we progress towards the south node. But what I see people doing is trying to fix everything on the external without going in and releasing the thoughts and beliefs that cause that situation to happen. So if you're holding on to like a fear of having a relationship, but you're asking for a relationship, then that's counteractive. You're counteracting your own energy, basically. by holding on to thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you. And I will tell you that the sun's going to rise tomorrow, whether you believe in it or not. So you don't have to have any belief. In fact, getting rid of all beliefs opens the universe up to show you a reality that you could have never dreamed was possible. So the mind technique is really, really good. It helps you get those storylines, those questions, and all those beliefs. And then the mind is a tool. So you got to look at it that way, using your mind like it's a tool and releasing that. And there's so many other things in this book, everything from like astral projection to, how to stay clear, how to use your intuition, all about frequency, feeling meditation, joy, love, grounding, breathing technique, energy ball. There's so many things in here that are just really, really amazing. So I just want to state this part. You are God having this experience, not an extension or a part of, you are God. Okay. Everything in this reality is made up of God's energy. It's all God. So not existing in the fullness, but God nonetheless. All right. Which means that you're not the all eternal everything. You are, but right now we're in a limited experience where we're like, we could all look at ourselves like we're a microcosm to what God is, which is the macrocosm, but we are nonetheless still God. So this again, like I said, this book is not going to be for everybody, but for the people that get it and understand what we really are, this is going to be like more wealthy than gold. For me, it saved my life because there was like times where I was dealing with bullshit spirits, okay? And the God technique in this book literally raised me out of the psychic realm so I could get free from that crap. I mean, alien abductions and all other crap too. So, all right. Now, the second book that's in the description box is the book that I've written. It's called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. I worked with Visago, which is an Ars Goetia spirit, okay, who is basically, he works with the tarot. And so this book is designed with different tarot card spreads for the major arcana cards, which are the major transition cards like the Sun, the World, the Lovers, all that. And this is basically a guide to help you learn to read your own cards so that, because I, for one, know how difficult it is when you're wanting to see a certain outcome in a reading and then you pull cards for yourself and you're like looking for that outcome. This book will help you go beyond limiting self thoughts and doubts and will help you to really, really understand what you're here to do and how to read the cards. Okay. So this book is seriously awesome. And so it's got, for each of the major arcana cards, it's got, a spell or manifestation technique, however you want to look at that, that will help you in some aspect of your life. Okay. The one I'm looking at right now, the tarot card spell for the devil card, to overcome the devil, aka South Node, lower ego self, right? So, and this book works with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. It's basically dedicated to God. And so it's just a compilation of all of the knowledge. Each of the positions in each of the tarot card spreads are going to help you understand something about yourself, especially in the card that you pull. So like, I'm just looking at this one right here that is the Sun card. Okay, so let's look at the Sun. So for your first position, you'll shuffle the deck for each of these tarot card spreads. You'll pull a card. It says the card that you pull for this position will reveal where you put your money, what seeds you have sown, and what are you able to reap from those seeds. If your inner child needs healing, that may come through this card that is pulled for this position. If you are a light worker, you may pull the Sun card, tarot card, for this position. If you pull the Sun in reverse, you may be dealing with the energies of a solar eclipse. So basically you can read your own cards and understand with each of these positions a little bit more, not only about the major arcana cards, but about yourself. And so the solar return, I want to read that because everybody needs to know about the solar return. If you don't know what a solar return is, this is going to be really good knowledge, and you should definitely go calculate when yours is, because mine literally was like, it was like everything ended in my life all at once when the solar return happened for me. And thank God that it only happens usually one time in somebody's life, because it could straight up take some people out of the earth, literally. So the solar return occurs when the sun rotates back into the same exact position that it was the moment that you were born. This usually only happens one time in a life, and thank goodness for that. This is like literally my words. The solar return can bring about abrupt changes and endings in your life. Where things once made sense, now they are doubted. It is a polarity shift that lasts from 3 to 4 weeks. If you pull the Sun Tarot card for this position, then that can be an indicator that you are currently in your own personal power. If you pull the Sun in the reverse for this position, you can know that you may be experiencing a solar return currently. Be sure to check your birth chart and the current solar energies to affirm your intuition. The energies of the sun are so powerful, they not only heat the world, but they help us grow things in our life. Remember that we have light due only to the sun. Even when the moon is shining and lighting up the sky, she is still reflecting the light of the sun so that we can see at night. The sunlight brings warmth to the planet while giving life to the earth. It is a vital part of life that we are unaware of. Know that whatever you plant with the sun will grow and manifest very quickly. And then the spell for that is the objective is to make your dreams turn into your reality. So basically planting those positive seeds. And all you need is chalk, a sunny day, and some sidewalk to go outside and draw. But yeah, so that it'll have like an affirmation, okay? I invoke, draw in, and evoke, draw out the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, the soul of the sun, the god Apollo, the god Helios, the god Amun-Ra, into myself to grow all of my dreams so that they may come true. All right, so that's like what you say. So anyways, all you need to get started with this book is to have the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, okay? That's all you need to do to get started with this. I suggest that you get Sage and Palo Santo for anybody that's going to be working with any type of divination, okay? Because it is a purifying cleanser. Some people talk bad about Sage, but I think that some people, they have bad experiences with Sage, perhaps because the Sage is expelling some shit that is not positive. Like Sage is really good for getting rid of disembodied spirits, especially any type of negative entities, any type of attachments. What it does is it neutralizes the energy. So you basically, it wipes out positive and negative energy. So why I say you burn the sage, well, if you can get a Sage and Palo Santo stick that's got both of them together, that one is awesome, okay? But basically, you want to replace positive energy into your home, and that's what the Palo Santo does. And the Palo Santo is extremely sacred wood. It can never be tainted. I've never heard of anybody ever saying, oh, I had a bad experience with Palo Santo. But some people will talk bad on sage. Again, it's just what you believe, all right? Demons can only do things within our own belief system. If we believe that they can move things in our house, then they can move things in our house. They can only work within what we believe because we create our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. So the links to those two books are in the description box below. Again, use your intuition when purchasing them. If this is something that you want to do to learn to read your own cards and to spiritually advance. Some people may not be ready for the truth of God because it takes you, like I said, out of the psychic realm, out of the little ego self, puts you in the God realm. It's a complete game changer. So anyways, so I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. All that good stuff helps the platform. Share this content if you feel like it vibes with you, okay? And we're going to get into the prayers. So we are calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon Jesus Christ and any other saints and ascended masters that are relevant to this reading. We're asking that the archangels, our spirit guides, and our guardian angels put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from any negative interference or anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest truth, and the highest knowledge to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless and prosper me. Thank you for my gifts and abilities, and thank you for the opportunity to be here doing your work and connecting with you and well, it's you, it's me, and connecting with a collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All glory, honor, worship, and praise goes to you, Most High, for everything that I do. You're what's animating my body and my flesh and my spirit, and I thank you so much. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ascended masters. Thank you, spirit guides and ancestors and spiritual teams. Amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. If I talk about anything in the realm of health, just make sure you follow up with a doctor, because I don't claim to be a doctor. You know, if I talk about anything in the legal realm, make sure you follow up with like a lawyer, just that type of thing. Okay, being responsible with the energy. And use your best intuition. You're going to feel what part of the message is for you and what part is for somebody else. Okay. All right. So if any of you guys have any personal questions that you want to ask, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question, and I will pause the collective reading, and then I will answer your question with either this deck or another deck. But I work with the Rider-Waite Tarot because it's got the best interpretations, and it's awesome. So I think that every single tarot that has come after the Rider-Waite is a slight perversion to the original tarot. It's just like, it's not that the other tarot decks are bad in any type of way. I don't think that at all, but I don't feel like, especially some of them that just have these like abstract pictures, I don't feel like it captures the true energy of what the card is supposed to mean. And each card in the tarot deck represents a part of human life that you could go through. Okay. So essentially, everybody who lives a human life will go through each one of these cards at some point in their life. So, you know, people say it started out as a game, a card game, whatever, you know, but it's a very great intuitive tool. I've never really needed tarot cards or any type of cards. My abilities just work on their own. You know, I just used to sit and write things down for my clients before they would come in, and then we would go over what was written down. But I find that tarot is a great tool. It's got pictures and it explains things well. And yeah, I like it. All right. So basically, your spirit guides and your angels want you to remember who you are. They want you to remember who you are in the spirit. And that's why I was reading the part from the Truth of God, that you are still God. This is like, guardian angels and spirit guides will only do so much for you. Once you enter into the God realm, into your higher self, you don't need spirit guides because you have a one-on-one connection with God. The spirit guides are only here to bridge that connection while you're in your ego, aka lower self. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with the ego. We all have to have an ego to do mundane tasks. Okay. Like remember things. And so don't think that, oh, I got to slay the ego, I got to unalive it, or any weird shit like that. Like literally all you have to do is go within, and you'll break free of the ego by going within and accessing God within you. The kingdom of God exists within. Jesus did not go to no other Jesus. Jesus went straight to God. He went into the desert and he meditated. He went within himself. That is how he accessed his communication with the Most High. And so, you know, we're not supposed to be just, in my opinion, we're not just supposed to be committing a bunch of bullshit mistakes, which are what sins are. Okay. And I'm not judging anybody, but this is the way that I feel about it. We're not just supposed to be calling upon Jesus to save us from the things that we've caused ourselves, from the reality that we're creating ourselves. Okay. And I feel like that Christ is going to come back through each and every one of us attaining Christ consciousness. I don't think that no person's going to come out of the sky. I mean, that sounds super alien to me, like an extraterrestrial. But that's just my own opinion. And we're in the new age of Aquarius, so new thought is accepted here. Everybody's belief system is accepted here. I think I think I didn't say don't bully me or anybody in the chat or anybody in the comments. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion and belief system, okay? Because there is real oneness, and we are all connected. And so, you know, we can't be judging other people's walk of life or the position that they're in, because we don't know everybody's experiences. So everybody's got a different perspective, and that is something that's beautiful. Okay. We should be living as Jesus lived, like a good person, purifying ourselves and loving ourselves and doing right by ourselves and other people. And that would be pleasing God. Okay. So I'm here to help you guys remember that you are still God. You're never been separate from it. It's only because your mother decided to call you whatever your name is that you think you're separate from everything else. All right. But yeah, your angels want you to remember who you are, because it's a very important piece to you. gaining enlightenment, and then being able to share your testimony and your story with other people. When you have a personal relationship with God, you will see the miracles in your lives. I feel like a lot of people are unable to detect a miracle, like, or anything that God's doing. They're just unable to detect it because they think that they're a victim. We're not victims, okay? We're creating our realities with our thoughts and our beliefs. And literally, when we get rid of those harmful beliefs, we come into alignment with our higher self, which is love, joy, and peace. God is the essence of love, joy, and peace. Okay. And there is universal law. So when I say God's wrath, I'm talking about people getting their shit through universal law by putting out bad things into the universe and then getting that back karmically. God, the essence of God, will sit around for all eternity waiting for a person. This is the amount of love that God gives us. God will sit around and wait forever, metaphorically, forever, okay? Because it's timeless energy. Forever for people to turn away from being low vibrational and seeking a spiritual connection. So just know that nobody is condemned. No one is ever going to be fully condemned. And when I pull souls literally out of hell, either people that have, themselves, or people that there's a collective hell, okay, place that all of us are creating with our thoughts and our beliefs. And then everybody has their own individual hell. And so when I pull people out of that, I have to tell these souls to release the guilt and need the feeling and need to be punished, okay? Because after you pass away, you get a full life review where you get to see everything that you experienced so that your soul can grow, okay? That's basically what I can remember from passing away and what I have experienced other souls go through. So remembering who you are is majorly important, majorly important, because when you know what your abilities are, when you know what your talents are, when you know what your skills are, you can start using them to create things to inspire other people to get into alignment. And that's basically what everybody's purpose is here to do. It's not our job to save everybody else. We can only save ourselves. And we can't just be crying out to Jesus to save us when we are the ones that hold the power of God within us, because we are the essence of God. Any thoughts that do not go with a positive vibration of love, joy, and peace are just fake. They're false. Our real selves are the ultimate power, which is love. So we're going to see what comes out here, what spirit guides want you to know, what else they want you to know. They also want you to know that the repeating number, no, I personally, my past life, I have been beings that are not positive before. All of us have. Okay. And so, no, I don't feel no eternal doom. To me, hell is a place where I have family members and stuff. Like, not from this lifetime. I had wives, I had a child, but she ended up coming to Earth and finding me. But anyways, hell is a place that we send ourselves when we feel like we deserve to go there, basically. All right, so we're going to see what comes out in the tarot. I feel like your spirit guides want you to know that these repeating numbers that you're seeing, there's no coincidence, okay? These numbers mean something. What you're supposed to do when you see the numbers is take whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're doing, whoever you're around, take all of that into consideration, where you are, and then apply that interpretation to the meaning of the angel number. And that will give you your own personal reading and insight. And just know that when you are seeing the number sequences, you are in alignment to receive messages. I know that God speaks to us through visions, through intuition, through signs in nature. And so I watch everything in my reality because I know that everything is God looking back at me. And so I will watch and I'll see birds, and I know that everything has a spiritual meaning. So when you have experiences like animals coming right up to you, staring at you dead in the face, when you're seeing different types of birds, when you're coming across different things, it all means something, okay? You can look at it as a metaphor. Like, if your vehicle were to break down, that would be something to look within yourself, because our bodies are a vehicle to be here. So you can look at things as a metaphor. King of Wands, interesting energy to come out the first card. So, you know, and when I'm talking about nature, this little lizard is there. I think the King of Wands is an okay energy by itself, but I'm picking up already that there's going to be another energy that pops out. The King of Wands is somebody that's very attractive, but they're also very like, and I'm not judging, okay? I really am not judging. Everybody is accepted here, but they're a little overly sexual. This person could be focusing on, you know, sex, okay? Point blank, period. This person also is not open to new concepts. They're kind of like stuck in a box. And I feel like the reason that they're coming out is because you're here to help this person wake up. You're here to, and literally it could be through your light triggering this person's, you know, lower vibrations. This person could feel very agitated with you. This person definitely, whoever they are, they could be in their like mid 30s to late 40s, maybe even like mid 50s. This person definitely is like at the point in their life where they're like, I want to settle down now and I want somebody that's good, because they've had a lot of relationships with people who are not good. And so they're looking at you guys in the collective. For some of you, if you're a male energy, this is somebody that is wanting to compete with you for a divine feminine. If you're a female energy, this is somebody that wants you because you're a divine feminine. And if you're a homosexual energy, this could be somebody that wants to be with you as well. All right. So, and there's nothing wrong with being overly sexual. Like I said, it's just that's how this person was programmed. So you just need to know that. This person also really wants to be very dominant and they want to be the leader of something. So if you're here to lead something, this person wants to like counteract what you're doing so that they can be the leader, but this person would not lead anybody anywhere. And remember, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat with your question and I will pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. So the Page of Cups just came out. Much younger energy here. I'm already picking up on competition. Okay. There could be like a couple people wanting to compete for your time and resources. Again, I didn't say love. I said time and resources. The Page of Cups is somebody who they could be in their like mid 30s or younger than that. You know, this person's obviously an adult, but the Page of Cups could be a female or a male. This is somebody who's very materialistic, that's focused on like fine clothing and what they can get out of life. Okay. I feel like this person could be a child of the King of Wands. Yeah. There's a direct genetic link between those two people. This person could also be an artist. If you're an artist, an actor wanting to get into the entertainment business of any type of entertainment, whether it's acting, singing, dancing, whatever, there's a block here because you got people that are wanting to stay in control, okay, because they're trying to dominate the field and they don't want new talent coming in. This is like literally what I'm getting. They don't want new talent coming in. Which means that if you're artistic and you're very talented, you know, then these people fear that. And they resent it because they had to do degrading bullshit to get to wherever they're at, and you have not. You've not compromised your spirit. Again, I do not believe that you can destiny swap. I do not believe that you can sell your soul. We don't own our souls to be able to just sell them like that, but it is what it is. People will like literally sell a part of themselves, but we can't really give away something that we don't own. I also get that this Page of Cups, they could come forward and be brutally honest with you about how they feel. Both of these people are very competitive. And whatever this field is that you're wanting to do. Oh, thank you. God bless you guys. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Make sure you guys like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. This person's extreme, this Page of Cups person is kind of like a very overly emotional person. They could be a water sign. Ace of Pentacles. These people are looking at an Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace cards are better than the 10 cards. Why do I say that? Because the Ace cards come from God. This is God sticking God's hand out and giving you your financial reward. So whatever this is that you're doing or you're thinking about doing or you've started to do, it's going to be very successful. And somebody is noticing this. Yeah, material possessions are being gained literally through success. And no, this is not magic. This is, I'm a psychic and I'm using cards. I don't consider this to be magic, okay? And I don't have a problem with magic. I just have a problem with people that fuck with other people's free will and do black magic on other people. Or love magic, which is equally as evil. So, yeah, if you're doing spell, like the book that I wrote, the spells are all for you to help yourself, to like get rid of things you don't want, to manifest things you do want. They don't have anything to do with anybody else. But traditional witchcraft, you know, people will use it and abuse it because they obviously feel powerless. Anybody that's going to resort to putting somebody up under a spell is fucking powerless, literally, in their own life. Because we can naturally create what we want with our thoughts and our beliefs. That's how the universe works. And the law of attraction, see, these people, the thing that they underestimate is how much God loves you. These people do not understand. The hangman, because they had to sacrifice something themselves to get where they're at. And these people are like no talent having people. Like, they're not talented. This could be somebody wanting to siphon your star energy or take literally your star. The devil cannot do the things that the devil says it can do. And I don't really believe in a traditional devil, but like whatever these lower vibrational energies that people will call upon, they lie, okay? They're trickster spirits. They cannot do, all the devil can do is withhold your own blessings. It can't create no type of blessing for you. So these people don't know that, though. They're still stuck in some type of satanic energy. That it has to do with like sacrifices, worshiping, the old world, the Empress. This is what I'm saying. You're a divine being. And again, we have, take the gender out of tarot because we have both feminine and masculine energies. The Empress is a loving mother, a creator, somebody that's very nurturing, very efficient, somebody that can lead other people and is inspirational. You are being seen as somebody who has a very loving, soft side, and you help other people in when they can't stick up for themselves. So you could be inspiring a whole community of people to move forward, and a couple people are upset about it. They see you progressing faster with just being yourself than they are progressing with doing this devil worship crap. And it's maybe not that they worship the devil, but it's something like that. Some low vibrational energy that they're acting like is God. Okay, you have done a bunch of work. Where and J stand as far as leveling up? Okay, cool. So I feel like I'm going to use the Twin Flame Tarot. Okay, so whoever J is, their energy is like, it feels like there needs to be a commitment with this person. I'm also getting that your guides have a lot to say about this person because maybe you've been settling a little bit. I'm also getting that you're about to go through like I would call it an upgrade. It's like going through an upgrade with your career. So do you work with this person? I know you've been doing the spiritual work, but like whoever Jay is, do you have access to them? This is not like a long-term thing. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I can feel the strain because it's like the non-committal energy is why your angels are saying that this may not be the relationship for you, because if this person's not willing to commit themselves where you have already committed yourself, then, you know, what are we even doing here? And it's not that every relationship has to conform to a commitment, but you deserve that. Like, that's what your angels want you to know. You deserve to be loved. And whatever this back and forth energy is, it feels like this person is like often confused. Judgment. Dang, the first card, Judgment. That's interesting. So let me just ask another question. So, okay, so this person is on the verge. They're up under judgment for something. This could be an awakening that they're about to have, a reckoning. The thing is that this person may in the future be like, I made a huge mistake. Like they're about to realize that. Because I do feel another third party energy that's an interference. You froze out the third party. Yeah, I feel that third party interference. Six of Cups. You do have good memories with this person, but they could be, better. I feel like this person's probably not going to come out as highly ranked as you. I feel like you're just more high vibrational. Point blank, period. Like you do the spiritual work. This person is not into that. They're not really into, and this is where I would look at where your compatibility goes when it comes to how you view things like in life, and asking this person, what do they really want? Because I'm getting that they want sex. That's like one of the things that they really want. 10 of Cups. So, if this person decides to do right by you, there's a 10 of Cups. But I feel like you're going to reach this 10 of Cups, this happiness, no matter what. And if this person decides not to make a commitment with you, they're going to regret it. They're basically kind of up under judgment already for messing with this third party. And I do feel like you are already an emotionally stable person. You think that he is worried about not controlling you anymore. Yeah. Well, this is one reason why he's up under judgment. I feel like you would be a lot happier, even alone, because you're an emotionally stable person. It's almost like he emotionally destabilizes you, which that's something that you got to look at. Yeah, I'm hoping that he grows up, but I think he's going to have to go through some negative karma because whoever he is messing around with is not good. This third party person is not good. They're not a good person. The Moon. Yeah, I picked up on witchcraft with this third party person. So there's definitely some interference going on there. The Moon is about having hidden enemies and illusions, confusion and secrets. That he's also got to be honest with you. This is why having a serious conversation with this person, because if your wants and needs, the things that you need to feel fulfilled in a relationship, do not match what he wants, and if this is like what he wants is just to come in and use you for sex and not offer you any type of stability or any type of real relationship, then you got to maybe look at why you're drawing in this type of person, because your spirit guides say that you deserve someone better. It's equally this witch's fault and it's his fault for falling for this dumb shit. Like he goes through cycles, and you don't need to keep going through the same cycle with this person. I feel like this person is not truthful to you. Okay, let me ask about that. When will he get rid of this witch? Yeah, I don't feel like he's going to stop with the third party because there is so much. You know what the weird thing about this is as controlling as this third party person is, he's equally as controlling. So it's kind of like they're matching a vibration, these two people. A Page of Wands. This third party you're dealing with is somebody that is like, immature. They don't have their shit together. Obviously, if they're using love magic. But yeah, I don't feel like he's going to make a change until he's forced to look at himself. And that's something that he doesn't like to do. And I don't even think you telling him that the third party is a witch is going to do anything, because he doesn't believe in like witchcraft or spirituality. So that's one thing that's kind of a block, especially with you, because you do believe in a higher power. And that's why, making sure that your guys' wants and desires align with one another is really important. And if he's just using you for a safe space to go when he's not because he's under attack, like straight up he is. Hopefully what happens is he goes through an awakening. That's what this judgment is, an awakening. But he's got to choose to awaken. If he wants to go back into the same cycles and keep repeating the same lessons, that's his choice. But he would be much better off if he just left this person alone and moved towards you. However, I feel like his energy being non-committal and low vibrational it's not matching your highest outcome. There's going to be somebody better that comes in. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, you may be divinely inspired to just go solo for a while and tell this person that they need to get it together. Literally. I feel like this person needs to go through an awakening. You also are about to go through some type of level up in your career. So in the future, and you need to be asking yourself, what does this person have to offer you? What if you put your foot down and give him an ultimatum? Okay, let's see. You give him an ultimatum, I feel like he's just going to lie to you. Knight of Wands, impulsive and immature, hot-tempered, rebellious, and charming. So he's coming out as a Knight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like giving him an ultimatum is most likely he's going to just lie to you and say he doesn't talk to this person anymore. But he needs to move towards, like, if the ultimatum was just to stop with the third party, he's probably not going to stop with the third party. If the ultimatum is to have a relationship, you know, I feel like what he's going to do is say no and then text you next week, the same cycle that he's in. So, you know, I don't know if an ultimatum is going to be the best thing. I think the best thing that you could do is love yourself and be like, you know, ask this person what they want from you. Ask them what are they wanting in the relationship and where do they want this to go? Because he is like a hindrance to his own self. Two of Cups. Yeah, I'm literally picking up that if you say no to this person, somebody better will come along. Somebody that would actually offer you a cup of love, like a real commitment. And that's something that I feel like, you know, you deserve to have. Yeah, so I'm not picking up that this person is a twin flame. I'm picking up that there is another person that is a twin flame. But, you know, when we put all of our eggs in one basket, it kind of binds the universe to only allowing one thing to happen. So if you were to take your eggs out of this basket with him and tell him to go get it together, I would be asking him what he wants from you and where he wants the relationship to go. And then, you know, he needs to be honest with you. The Hangman. Yeah, he's got to sacrifice something if he wants to keep you. Because I feel like you going back into a cycle with him where he just keeps coming back and using you, you're not going to be happy about that. And you got to think, like, what is going on with this person that they can't make a real commitment in a real relationship, that they have to keep going back and forth. So this person does fear, like, they fear, you know, being alone. Interesting. Yeah, you have very intuitive gifts. I feel like you're going to pick up when this person's lying. I think you already have. Especially if this person is like, oh, I'm not talking to the third party. Bullshit. Like, you know that there's something weird going on. I feel like for this person to be with you, they're going to have to sacrifice being an a-hole. Like, literally, they're going to have to leave, you know, being a bad person behind. And it's not that they're a bad person, but the way that they're treating you is bad. You know, yes, you definitely know when he lies. That's exactly it. And he may like this other energy because this other energy doesn't challenge him like that, like you would challenge him. But you're here to challenge this person to grow, and they want to stay immature. Like, that's not your fault. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, you using your intuition with this person when you ask them what they want and where they want to go with the relationship, because I don't feel like this person wants marriage. They want to continue, like, having a sneaky link. But you already have something that's going to be a personal legacy to leave people that come after you if you choose to have them, you know, or it could just be relatives. You want a higher commitment. A Ten of Pentacles is having a house, a family, an inheritance, a job, all of that stuff. That's part of what you're here to have. Two of Pentacles, you're going to be able to balance your resources, you know, flexibility and adaptation. I feel like the Two of Pentacles is a good sign. It could be a really good message coming through from your angels that there is somebody that's much better for you that will not put you through this type of thing. Because it's like heartbreaking to deal with somebody that does not value you. And no matter what comes out of their mouth, their actions counteract it. I feel like you straight up deserve better. Yeah, because this person's wearing a mask. They're literally going to try to hide and avoid when you ask them these questions. You know, yeah, you've been holding space for this person for 2.5 years. Well, just know that everything's a learning step. You're learning a lot of things about this relationship that are going to help you manifest the person that's going to actually be for you, that's going to want to be with you and want to have a commitment, want to live in the same house with you, that type of thing. And that will want to share their resources. There's something very greedy about this person. They're greedy and they're needy and they're immature. But yeah, deception and cunning, like I was picking up, this person will lie to you. So, I would forgive this person because they're not thinking with their head here. They're thinking with their other head. But they're also under spell work, and I know how hard that can be. But at the same time, you can't just continue to sit. Well, you could continue to sit around and wait for this person to get it together, but it will be waiting for a very long time. He's been acting weird, and he's not, yeah, very clean when he sees you. Exactly. You knew this gal that was trouble, but she is easy and close in proximity. Exactly. And the thing is that he's really missing out when it comes to you because you're not somebody that would do any harm to him. This other person will put shit in his food, manipulate him, all of that. Lie to him, cheat on him. So, he's doing himself a disservice. Yeah, you're showing up the Empress and he's showing up a Knight of Wands. That really says something. And the third party is showing up a Page of Wands. That's really saying something right there. That you are the divine feminine energy. I don't feel like he's going to make any type of decision. And if you give him an ultimatum, he's going to basically say, okay, well then we'll just not be with each other. And then he's going to do the same thing he always does and message you a week later. So I feel like you have to show him with your actions that you are tired of this cycle and that, it's unacceptable it's just like you were saying, cleanness. It's like not cool, It's not cool. Yeah, that he would level up in May. Well, let's look at that. Let's look and see. And that could very well be. But I feel like you deserve somebody better. Because this person is like in a cycle. And they're going to drag you through that cycle. But if you release them, you could have the opportunity to have somebody better. And you may just have to put your foot down and release this person to show them that you're serious, because this person likes to take things that you say and not take any action on them. So let's see what happens. Well, let's actually use the time deck and see what comes out with that. Where is it? Yeah, this person could be going through an awakening, literally, like this coming May. So that's not that long to wait if you want to put all your eggs in one basket. But I do feel like, your angels are saying that you deserve better. I just feel like all of the things that this person has put you through, you would not do to anybody else. So it's kind of, that's what makes it unequally yoked. Do you work with this person? Yes. Oh, he knows that you're in a rock and a hard place, so he just gives you the breadcrumbs exactly to keep you around. Yeah. And it's basically using you. And you want somebody that will equally contribute. So let's see what is going on with his timeline. What Spirit will allow us to see. Aquarius time. Interesting. This is telling you to take the unusual path. Okay. This is like the new age of Aquarius energy. It says innovative, unique, and open-minded. Yeah, he's got to be open-minded when it comes. He wants to work with you, okay, as a team in the company, but it's not your company. Yeah, that might not be good. That might not be good just because of the way that things already are. But if he does go through an awakening in May, which is what I want to see, because I'm picking up January, February energy, there's going to be a transition there. It's going to change this person's course, which I think is good, but they've got to make a major decision when it comes to what they actually want. because you definitely don't want this person joining your business and then pushing you out of it, or finding a way, like finding a way to fight with you at work. That would be really toxic. But I do get that this person they want access to your resources. So just be aware of that. Yeah, direction, guidance, and being aligned. There's going to be an unexpected shift. I do feel like it's going to be unexpected. So let me just ask, is this going to be a positive shift? Because I see there's a reality that could happen where this person goes through a major change and awakens, but they need to like renege on this side piece that they're dealing with. They've got to walk away from the person that's really bad for them, that's putting this voodoo shit on them, literally. Okay, so when this change happens, I think that this may be coming about because you're going to put your foot down. I feel like you've had enough. It's going to open up doors for you. I feel like if this person were to come work with your company, you would have more access to them, but you would start to see other sides of them. And I do feel confirmation. I feel like there's some type of weird competitive energy. Like, well, it's competitive because this person wants your resources. They want your good energy. They want your sexual energy. I hope this person goes through an awakening. January. So I feel like this spell work is done on some type of cycle. It could be done on some type of moon cycle, because there was something that happened last January that was a major trigger here. And this person is very insecure, okay? They've got some self-worth issues going on. You just have to understand that you can't, oh, thank you, you guys, that you cannot fix this person. Yes, the money is huge money and it's your baby. Yeah, that's why you need to just look at everything that's going on and be like, okay, is this person for me, or are they going to try to come in and take something from me? February again, which is the Aquarian energy. Interesting. So yeah, there may be a couple months that you don't talk to this person. I feel like if they could get free from this third-party person, maybe they would make a better choice, but they don't want to hear about anything spiritual. It's like they're, yeah, up in the air. It's like they're completely turned off by it. Like if you were to talk about like messages or spirit guides or intuition, this person just like shuts that out. They don't listen to themselves. The timing is uncertain, so change your approach. Fleeting wishes and adapting. Maybe this person needs to go through a little bit of time without having access to you to realize your worth. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds harsh, but literally sometimes people, to learn how to love you, they have to lose you. Happening now. Yeah, this is basically the ball is in your court, what you decide to do. I feel like if you decide not to go down this path with this person, I am warning you about something with career here. If he joins the company, there's going to be some type of negative outcome. It's like he's going to want to replace you or something like that, or take your position or something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't sit around and wait for this person, because they're not going to make a decision. They want to stay in purgatory, and that's their choice. That's their right to choose that, but it's the wrong choice. This is kind of why they're up under judgment. Happening now and very soon. I mean, like literally, yeah. I feel like you're going to make a new decision. And when you heal why you drew this person in, because this person is not, they're not good for you. Like for your biggest outcome, they're not good for you. This person may go through an awakening in May. They may get fired from the job that they're at or fed up with something. But this person always wants to come running back to you. So, you know, it's going to be your decision if you want to take them back or not. But yeah, you may need to put your foot down. Taurus is talking about career. So just be aware that, you know, you're about to go through a major career blessing, something that's going to be huge. And he wants to ride that wave. But if he wants to ride that wave with you, he needs to be willing to commit himself. And where he's like not wanting to do that now, I feel like that's not cool. And oh my gosh, this card says commit yourself fully. That is crazy. It literally says that. Patience, endurance, and purpose. So yeah. All right, let's get one more. And we'll go back to the other reading. Manifesting. Yeah, sit still and move the universe around you. Visualize, attract, and mindset. So you are going to be able to control the outcome of this situation. It's more about what you want and what is going to fit your life the best rather than what he wants. Because this person, you know, they don't want to change, and you can't force anybody to change. But what you can do is withdraw your energy from them and allow them to basically, go through what they're going to go through. And then when they get it together and realize that you were the option. And this is why it's like, ooh, it's so not cool for this person to be doing this. August. See, this is talking about a major reward, reaping a harvest. So yeah, I would just, you need to, you're a very intuitive person. You just need to sit down with him and ask him what he wants out of the relationship. What is he after and where is he wanting to go? Because I feel like he's distracting you, and he's definitely being distracted from what he's supposed to be doing. But I also feel like he's distracting you from having success. And so that's where, if he goes through an awakening in May, it could be that January and February that you don't talk to him, that you just cut the cord and see how he does, because he's gonna, even if you put your foot down, he's probably going to contact you next week anyways, because he's stuck in some type of cycle. But you don't need to keep going through that cycle. I literally see that there will be somebody better for you if you decide not to go down the same cycle with him. So I hope that helped you. I know it was kind of a lot of information. The other psychic I talk with, I know how they would say it. And they would just be like, this person is not compatible because of this, this, and this. But if you really feel like you love this person, sometimes you have to let them go to make them realize that what they're doing, because this person does not care that they're hurting your feelings. And that's pretty rude. That's pretty rude. And the fact that the things that this person has done to you, you would never do to them, shows a lot. That shows a lot about your character. So I will be praying for you, okay? Yes, absolutely. If you guys have any other questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will pause the collective reading and I will answer your question. So just some things to think about. And if any of you guys are in a relationship like what we were just talking about, the same applies to you. Do some introspection. Ask the person, whoever you're with, what they want. You got to make sure that you're on the same page as somebody else. Yeah. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I hope that everything works out for you. I really want you to get the person that's best for you. And you don't deserve somebody that goes back and forth like that. All right. So let's get the likes up, you guys. There's 27 people watching. King of Pentacles. This is hilarious. There is like definitely somebody that wants you to strike a deal. This is why I was picking up like entertainment business. The King of Pentacles is somebody that's very financially secure. They could want you to be like, especially if you guys are very talented or creative people. This King of Pentacles could literally want you to forge some type of contract with them so that they can benefit. And I feel like you just might want to be mindful about anybody coming in with contracts at this time, especially ones that have to do with the like entertainment business, music industry, or you creating art. Now, not everything is going to be a negative contract, but this person wants to benefit. They want to benefit off of you in a way where they receive like a certain percentage of what you're working on. Yeah. And this is some form of sacrifice, even though it's not with like a ritualistic knife. This person is used to getting people to sacrifice their souls for fame, fortune, and whatever other nonsense. They'll want you to give up a part of yourself, and you guys are going to say no to that. I can already tell. And then you're also dealing with somebody here, this King of Pentacles, that's extremely controlling, like very controlling. and they have a problem with control, and they feel like if they can't control everybody in the industry, then they need to eliminate the people that are coming up in the industry. And just know, if you're wanting to get into music, it's a little bit harder nowadays to make money doing music, because everybody can make music just from their house. The people that I see making the most money doing music are the ones that can provide like live performances and can perform live, go on tour. And just know, that I've been with somebody that was in the music industry in the past, and it's very hard on your body, it's very hard on your voice. Something you really need to take into consideration. Do you want to be traveling? All of that good stuff, okay? Because you could look at it like a blessing, but it's also very, like, if you watch other singers talk about their careers, going on tour can be very, very like difficult. And not only that, when you make a deal with these record label companies, they will give you a little bit of money, and then they'll start charging you for every type of band equipment that you need, for anything that's going to be in your live performance. You have to pay for all of that. You have to pay for all of your own promotions. The record label, they act like they do a lot, but they don't. All they do is sit there and make money off of other people. They'll make you pay for everything that's on the stage, like literally, all of the traveling expenses, any bodyguard that you need, anything like that, they'll make you pay for that. They'll even make you pay for going to the record studio and recording your own music. Okay, so it's like they're in the business of making money off of people and getting people to do degrading things so that they can control them. So just be aware of that. And if this is a business contract, be aware that somebody just may be coming in to take you out of your stability. And I feel like a lot of you guys are very creative people. You're here to create things that are going to be long lasting, like art, songs, movies, TV series, books. Okay. Like, and somebody knows this about you. How do they know? Okay. They know that you have an Ace of Cups love from the universe here. This is why you don't need anybody else, because you're loved by God. This is why I feel like people that think that you guys are so desperate to just like, it's like somebody being like, oh, I'll put you on all of these other networks if you sign a contract with me. And then this person is like working with some type of lower vibrational energy. It's all about energy harvesting. When you have love from God, you don't need to do those types of things. And literally, these people fear the knowledge that you possess. They also fear you having real connections, like a divine spiritual connection. This person is afraid of you. Four of Wands. They're afraid of you completing this body of work, this book, this movie, documentary, whatever this is that you want to do, this art project. Maybe you're working on renovating a house. Maybe you want to work in real estate. Whatever this is that you're doing, this person wants to be a part of it because they know that you're going to succeed. And they feel like you succeeding and getting rewarded for your projects just because you've completed them, that's not acceptable. This person also fears the fact that you guys are intuitive, because they know that when they bring you this offer, you're not going to sign anything that sells a part of your soul or makes you sacrifice yourself, because y'all are smart. Like, oh, you're struggling to sense the payment. I don't know what you're talking about. You're about sick of him. Yeah. You know what? You're going to be okay, though, you guys. Literally, you're going to avoid this person that's stuck in their shadow. You guys are not stuck in your shadow. This is why I think Christians don't progress, because they're always looking for Jesus to come save them instead of just doing their own shadow work and accessing Christ consciousness where they can save themselves. Jesus is not going to come back like walking out of the sky. I do not believe that. I feel like it's us gaining enlightenment, Christ consciousness, where we can save ourselves from ourselves, because there's nothing really that we need to be saved from. And whatever the belief was that pulled this person in, if it was the belief that you need a contract or that you need to be put on by somebody to gain success, scratch that. You're put on by God. God's putting you on. What do you need a person for? I mean, you obviously, if you're going to do music and perform live, you're going to need like other people to do that with you. But God will bring you the right people at the right time. You don't have to settle for this secondhand bullshit. And nowadays it's like people just want to make money off of other people instead of doing the work themselves. I also get that this King of Pentacles, if they bring any faulty offer to you, they're going to experience a major loss. Because they think that you're this Queen of Cups, super soft, naive energy that's just going to be walked on. This comes out quite often. Like, it just seems like this is what people think about light workers, and they're dead ass wrong for that. Light workers are like warriors. They're people that literally do the shadow work. Which means when somebody cannot use your own wounds against you, they can't manipulate you with trauma or blackmail or whatever, and you've accepted every part of yourself, you become somebody that cannot be ripped down, and confirmation, and they don't like that. The powers that used to be, you know, are upset about this transition to where the chosen ones are going to be in the light and these people are going to be in the darkness. You know, I just heard Balenciaga. Like, I was literally in a mall, and some of these designer stores have very bad energy in them. Very bad energy. Very creepy, very demonic shit that I was like, damn, if I walked in that store, I would literally become possessed. And so I'm not going to even go in those stores. And I'm not judging them, and I'm not trying to be rude, but that's what I literally experienced. I was like, how come there's demons here, 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 and here, and then not over here? Just bizarre. Just know also, if you're a fashion designer, somebody wants to like make you a name brand, okay? But they want to do it in a legal way to where they can make you sign a contract and then they can take your designs. So just be aware of that. Yeah, you're about to get wish fulfillment, you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Boo U71. Let me know if you have a question. Yeah, you guys are about to get wish fulfillment. This person does not see this coming. They're only looking at their own wish fulfillment, thinking like, how can I be a part of the transition of power and the change in success? Absolutely, yes. Ask your question. So just be aware of that, you guys. When people come wanting you to sign contracts, that they may not be, you know, willing to uphold their end of the bargain. Let's just say that. And they may write things out in a way, like, you just have to be careful when it comes to music and stuff. When you become worth more money dead than alive, and they feel like they don't have to deal with you if they can get rid of you, that's the type of shit these people are on. They don't care about people or their souls or anybody's, like, they'll want you to do things their way, basically. They don't want the world going through an awakening because it takes power and money out of their pocket, basically. But yeah, go ahead and ask your question when you're ready, and I will be looking for it. 9 of Pentacles. You guys are single, self-sufficient, and able to stand on your own 2 feet. The resources that this person wants to come in and give you, you're already going to get from God. Like, literally, it's part of your wish fulfillment. I also get that, you know, you may meet somebody that is like a collaborator, right? Don't think that if you don't sign whatever business contract this is, that you won't be able to collaborate with other people. There are other people that are just like you that will be willing to collaborate. So just know that you'll find, God will bring these people in. Why is this person coming in? Because there's a thought or belief that is being held that you need to be put on by somebody. That's what I'm literally getting. Okay, you're in contact with this person for a year, and you've been stuck on the energy. You catch yourself uncontrollably daydreaming about them. Your question is, why am I so stuck on their energy? That's a great question. Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. Okay, so what I want to look at is see if there's any type of magic. When I look at those types of situation, oh no, you actually asked it completely in the correct way. When I look at that type of situation, you find yourself daydreaming, that's usually somebody sending you their energy. I mean, that's my experience, what I've experienced with people. But I do feel like Or first of all, do you have access to this person? Like, do they live in your area, or is this some type of long distance energy? Because it feels like they kind of remote, like they think about you quite a bit. And I'm wondering if this person's got you always on their mind and they're thinking about you actively, why are they not like around you? That's kind of what I'm wondering. Because they do think about you quite a bit and they have regrets. This person's extremely prideful, though. That's one thing that's kind of blocking them, is their own ability to take responsibility. Oh my God, I did all that shuffling and cut the deck and everything, and the King of Pentacles came out again. Interesting. So, is this person very hardworking? Do they have money? What is this? Let me ask another question. Maybe this person's all about their money or about their career right now. That could be one thing that is a blockage. And then my second thing is okay, if you have access to this person physically, like you could be around them, do they have any other conditions that, like, do you have children? Do they have children? Do you want children? These are the things that, especially when it comes to this person, I feel like you have a cord connecting you to them. And that cord is rooted within something within you that feels like you still need this person. I feel like this person has a lot going on. They could be involved with somebody younger. They could have a child. They could even have a child that they don't know about. I feel like if your life isn't aligning with this person's life, then you may want to cut that cord. In my perspective, I don't think that cords are good. Like, they're always, you know, something connecting you to something else. You don't need that. It's really unnecessary. Death. Okay, interesting. The Death card just came out. I'm also wondering why this person has not, like, spoken to you about the way that they feel. Why are they holding this to their chest? It's like they don't want you to know that they think about you. Why are they doing this? Spirit. Do I need to use the Twin Flame deck? Okay, let's see. Because the Death card, that means you don't know where they are. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like this person, for you to have a relationship with them, if that's what you want, they need to be accessible to you. There is something going on with this person, though. I mean, that's an ending for them. And whatever cord still exists between you and them, you may want to look at the root of that, of whatever drew this person in, because there's something about them that is very deceptive. It's almost like, yeah, it's deceptive. This person's holding their cards to their chest. It's like they think about you a lot, but they're stuck in some other type of situation. Nine of Swords. This sleepless nights, anxiety and depression, breaking point and negativity. This is this person's energy. Interesting that that would come out. That is like staying up all night, being in grief, being depressed. Okay. So yeah, I would release this person and pray for them, because that's probably the best thing that you can do. I don't feel like this person's going to change their course. I feel like they still, you know, they're holding their cards to their chest. They don't want anybody to know what they're doing, where they are, where they're putting their money and their time. And this person will try to make you compromise your own life when they're not willing to make a compromise. King of Cups. Yeah, you may literally meet somebody new that's very wise and balanced. This person could be a water sign that you end up meeting. I feel like, you know, you need somebody that's going to be devoted to you and balanced. And this person, their energy is off. I also feel like they're a little bit of a vampire. It feels like they step on other people to get ahead, but it's not that they're like a mean person. They do this. It's part of their habit. A Chariot. So yeah, you'll be able to move forward from this. You know, you just need to cut the cord with this person and accept the possibility of somebody new coming in. Don't think that you wasted any of your time, because I do get that energy. Like, you're like, oh, crap, I've wasted so much time with this person. It wasn't a waste of time. It was a learning experience so that you could draw in somebody that's actually worth you investing your time and your energy. Where this person, they would have tried to conquer you in some type of way. And literally, they're very deceptive. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm getting. They're wearing a mask. As you're dealing with the death twice. Yeah, so it's probably an ending to this relationship, but it's the beginning of something beautiful for you. Strength, because you are much stronger than this person. I feel like this person is easily tempted as well. Courage, confidence, and inner power. The Chariot could also be about police. I don't know if this person's being watched, but maybe there's a feeling within you that you need to be safe. I feel like you are safe. As long as you don't allow people to come in and play games with you like this person. They were playing emotional and manipulative games. Yeah. Stop letting people do that. Like, literally. When you change your belief system and release whatever these beliefs are that drew this person in, you're going to draw in somebody that's very compassionate, very wise, very gracious, that's also very successful and will actually be in your area and able to connect with you. And then you won't think about this other person, because something about them is an illusion. And if this person were to come live with you or move in with you, they would live off of you. Like, they're really, really needy. 10 of Cups, literally. Yeah, you're going to have a 10 of Cups no matter what. I feel like it's just time to cut the cord with them and release this person. You know that saying, if it's meant to be, I'll release them and they'll come back to me. You know, you deserve way better than this. And especially because you're somebody that's honest and open, where this person is not honest and open. They're trying to manipulate things in the background as well. I did pick up on some type of energy manipulation, but I don't think that this person does spell work. I think that they just have psychic energy. So when they focus on you, maybe even masturbate to you or the thought of you, 2 of Wands, planning and waiting, making a decision, choosing a path. Yeah, so it's going to be your decision what you choose. I feel like if you choose to move forward and pursue this 10 of Cups, having a happy life, being on your own, it's going to do one of 2 things. It's going to not only show this person that you value yourself and you love yourself and that you're going to put yourself first, but it's also going to give you the opportunity to draw in somebody that would be much, much better for you, because they would actually be able to be around you. You want somebody that you can have a tangible experience with. And I do feel like that, you know, Spirit has something better for you, like a real commitment. 4 of Cups. Yeah, this is definitely this person. They have the tendency to get bored with people. That's why I feel another reason that they're deceptive. Like, they don't want just one person. They want more than one person. And so that could very well be a deal breaker right there in itself. And the fact that they won't just tell you the truth, like, I wonder where Scorpio is at in this person's birth chart, because it's like they will not tell you the truth. And I feel like they've tried to do something to end the relationship as well. Yeah, Temperance, peace, tranquility, balance, patience, and harmony. By you meditating and going within and releasing this person and whatever attachment you have to them, and cancel and rebuke any type of psychic energy that they're sending, I feel like you're going to open yourself up to actually being loved by someone. Somebody that will come in and offer you the things that you deserve in life, like stability, a relationship, maybe even a place to live. 4 of Wands, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Home and reunions, stability and belonging, celebrations. Yeah, you will have a reason to celebrate. You just got to use your intuition, and because you know when this person's being deceptive, and you don't lie. You know what I mean? So it's like, this person's going to continue to lie I feel like they don't want to be just with one person. They want more than that. Let this person go through whatever phase they're going through, cut that cord. And I would look up, you're very welcome. I would look up Steve Noble, Stevenobel, and he has a bunch of different cord cutting meditations that you can do with Archangel Michael to release this person's energy. And I feel like you will not think about them. I feel like you're going to be able to move on very quickly and in a positive direction. And I feel like this person, they basically, it's good that they didn't see your door to value, because if they did, they would have tried to move in with you and live off of you. And I feel like you deserve more than that. You deserve somebody that's going to be equally yoked, that is not lazy, and that wants to work on themselves, that's willing to do the shadow work, because you've done a lot of healing. And so I am so proud of you for that. So yeah, if you have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will answer your question. I hope that helped you though. Literally, the ball's in your court with what you do next. Remember, Steve Noble and cord cutting meditation. That will definitely work. I've used that meditation many times. And so I would like forgive this person. Don't hold any grudges towards them, because when we hold a grudge against other people, it's like creating another cord, and you don't want to create another cord with them. And if this person happens to wander into your mind, just be like, okay, is this my energy? You just need to ask if it's yours. Once you realize it's not your energy, you'll be able to release it and be like, okay, I release this person. Okay, so we're going to go back into the collective reading and finish that out and see what comes forward. But yeah, we were talking about a business deal, the entertainment business, how it can be kind of like a trap, and how people are not aware that when you get in that type of business, they do give you like an upfront payment, but then you have to pay for a lot of other things. I'm also getting that some of you guys may be working as like screenwriters, or you may be thinking about writing something that could be brought to TV. And I love that. Some of you guys would be really good having a platform, having, maybe it's TikTok. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. God bless you. And I will pray for you that you find what you actually are looking for, because I feel like there is somebody that's out there for you. You just gotta know that. All right, we'll see what comes out. If the King of Pentacles comes out again, I will be like, what? Oh, the Lovers. Look at that. First card right off the bat. Gemini energy. I love that. Okay, I love the Lovers card. It shows a divine union. When the Lovers comes out, it's always about a divine union. Some of you guys could be getting ready to pair up with a divine union that's always been in the cards for you. And all you have to do is release somebody else, literally, to get this love union, this actual compatible situation. Because how creating works is like, we will have an experience that's on one end of the spectrum. We'll find out, we could even have 5 experiences. We'll find out what we do not want in a relationship. And then the pendulum will swing the other way, and it will draw in what we do want in a relationship. And the Lovers coming out, the first card, shows that you're ready for that pendulum to swing the other way, to attract in somebody that is good. Somebody that will be a long-lasting life partner, not just a temporary person. Yeah, the World. So this person, I just have to cover up her body because she's nude. But this person, whoever they are, they could be world-renowned, or you could be world-renowned. This person could also live in a different part of the world, or if you come to work together with them and start working like a business, you may end up moving, getting a new home, changing your residence, or moving in with them. That's literally what I'm seeing. Is that the World talks about fulfillment, things falling into the place that they need to be, happiness, and goals being achieved. A lot of you guys, you have financial goals and you have love goals. Getting with a twin flame unites both of those so that you can manifest the outcome that you want. I also get that whatever you guys give, now will be returned to you 10 times over. And this is why it's so important to what we invest our money in, so that we're investing in things that are high vibrational. And one of the countries in Asia, I don't remember which one, but one of them, it could be Japan, it could be Korea, one of the Koreas. Well, anyways, they, yes, if you guys have any personal questions, you can send me a $20 super chat and I will pause the collective reading and I'll answer your question. But in Asia, they have money washing stations. Sounds bizarre, right? But they believe, and I believe this too, that money, just like any other physical object, can hold positive intent or negative intent. If the money was gained like blood money, this is why I will never own a diamond. Like I'll own a Herkimer diamond because it's not a real diamond, but diamonds, if they were, if somebody had to die or had to slave to get that diamond, I don't want that shit anywhere near me because it's most likely going to be cursed. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're halfway. Let's get the likes up, you guys. So that's just the way that I feel about diamonds, but yeah. 8 of Swords and the Hierophant. Okay, so this energy is very interesting. The Hierophant represents a religion, a secret society. It could represent like a spiritual community, a cult, or a coven, okay? This is a group of people that want to decide your fate. They want to restrict you in some type of way. The 8 of Swords is being restricted. I feel like when you guys come into union with your divine soulmate partner, your real twin flame person, that the world is going to be open for you to have, if you have a business, you can bring that business or a book or whatever this is that you're working on to the entire planet, okay? And people will love it. There's going to be a group of people that are, maybe this is a religion you walked away from, that are going to want you to conform to what they want y'all to do. And basically, when you're with your twin flame, you guys are going to become more powerful than these stupid ass institutions, and things are going to move in a positive direction. I feel like this 8 of Swords is entrapment, and it's through beliefs, okay? Believing that you need an external God to save you, or believing that whatever this Hierophant crap is, that somebody else needs to teach you, whatever this external stuff is, because this could be a spiritual group, it could be a religion, it could be a secret society, a cult, a coven, it could be Freemasons. These people feel like you need to be restricted because you're too powerful on your own. And that's going in alignment with wanting to manipulate the future outcome of the industry. People need to really release the old, really release this old crap. The Star. This is what I'm talking about. You guys are showing up the Star energy. This could also mean that your person could be famous or well-known. A world-renowned, I have to cover up both of their bodies. However, I'm going to do that. A world-renowned star. Literally. That's dope, you guys. I love that. I love that energy. The energy of the Star is also about your dreams for the future coming true. As long as you don't go back into this restrictive way of thinking, and maybe I'm not telling you not to go to church if that's your thing, but whatever this is, this old way of belief, if you don't go back to it, you're going to have everything that you want. The only way that you'll be shut down is if you submit to this Hierophant group's wants and desires for you. Okay? And I'm getting cult vibes. It could be Scientology, it could be Mormonism, it could be, all of the religions that Jehovah's Witness that function like a cult. So just be aware of that going back into old belief systems will ensnare you. It will entrap you, and you'll be limited to what you can do, say, think, believe, or how you can live your life, especially if you follow somebody else's guideline. When you follow what God has for you, you will literally be so happy. Okay, what else do we need to know before we go? So if any of you guys have any questions and you want to send a super chat, now is the time, because we're going to close the reading in just a few moments here. The Magician. These people could practice magic, and they're really confused as to why you're not coming into a covenant with them. This is because you are a natural magician. You guys can alchemize energy. You don't have to put spells on people and do low vibrational stuff to get success. That's what these people are on. These people also, this Hierophant group could literally be being restricted, okay, financially and spiritually. Be aware that even sometimes new age groups can be a cult. Just make sure that if you guys are worshiping in a group with other people, that those people are not trying to control your life or what you think or what you believe, or make you conform to whatever it is that they're doing. Three of Wands, because you guys are working on your projects and your goals. Things are coming into alignment. You're going to succeed. I feel like this is a major blessing, you being able to be a creative person and a star. Not everybody can do that. That's like being an actor and a director. Like, that's a really hard thing to do. Okay, you can do this. Literally, you guys are about to come into alignment with somebody that's going to greatly help you gain success and the connections that you need to have long-lasting success. When you meet this person, this lover, they could be in a situation where they just walked away from a religion or a binding situation, like a spiritual group or some shit like that, or a cult. Okay. Knight of Wands. Yeah. So whoever this is that wants to come in real quick and try to rescue you from something, you don't need to be saved. I don't know why people are on that type of crap. This person's got other motivations. This could be somebody you just left behind. And they're like, literally, if somebody's trying to use spiritual beliefs against you, cancel and rebuke them. Sometimes you just have to go within and ask yourself, does this person serve my highest and best good? And if the answer is no, have the courage to walk away from them. A lot of you guys have already done this. And this is why this person is so bent out of shape. They're like, how did they walk away from me? I thought that we trapped them. No, they didn't. This is why the Fool, this person's straight up foolish. This whole Hierophant group is foolish. Thinking that they can trap you or use psyops on you or use military tactics on you or any type of weird spiritual beliefs against you, that's what they believe. It's not what y'all believe. This is why, like, they can't just come into your reality and be God for you like they can the people that subscribe to them. I feel like these people need to just let God be God and stop trying to control your life. Like, what the hell? What's wrong with you being a free person and being able to live your life the way that you want? Like, what is so wrong with that? Three of Cups. What's wrong with you being popular, being social, celebrating with others, having a harvest, having an abundance, having peace, having God in your life? What is so wrong with that? Some people are just straight up threatened by your guys' spiritual connection. Like, literally. But you've got a group of people that are here to support you. So just know that you're not on this journey alone. God and the Holy Spirit has something great for you. You just got to believe that and know that and understand that patience is a virtue that we all have to learn. And if something's not coming in, you have to ask yourself, what thoughts and beliefs am I thinking that are counteracting what I want? Because if you're like afraid, if like, let's say, for example, if you're wanting a twin flame relationship, but you can't release the person from the past fully, then that's two counteracting energies. It's going to make it harder to manifest if you're putting out a signal to the universe that you can't let go, but you want something new at the same time. That's like a counteracting signal. That's why things feel stagnant and stuck. It's because we have not decided to walk away from something that doesn't serve us, or we're on the fence about something and we choose to stay in a situation for too long that doesn't serve us. When that happens, the universe will send some person in, or spirit or whatever, negative stimuli to make us move in the right direction. If we would just go towards where we're supposed to be through rainbow and sunshine, there would be no reason for any type of negative low vibrational energy. But it's because we stay stuck thinking that we need this job, that we need this man, this woman, this career. We stay stuck in situations that are not for our highest and best good because we think that we need to have that. But when we release those thoughts and beliefs, the universe brings in something completely better. And so that's where I'm getting you guys are at. You're releasing those thoughts and beliefs, and you're becoming aware of them. That you don't need this person. This person needed you. Whoever this Knight of Wands is, they need you. They need your energy. So does this Hierophant group, and they're not going to get it. Three of Pentacles, because you have a whole soul tribe of people to assist with whatever creation you're making. If it's a movie, if it's art, whatever this is, if it's a book, if it's your testimony, a platform, there's a group of people out there that are like a collective that need you. So, the now is not to be the time to be wasting your time on somebody that is not worth it, regardless of how attractive they are, because I do get that this person's like attractive, but so are you. You need to understand that you guys are very attractive people, and you are magnets to positivity. Queen of Swords, you cut this person off. Literally, this person could be a narcissist, this weirdo. You cut this person off because you saw something in them that really turned you off. I feel like a lot of you guys just cut out old relationships that you don't need to have. This person, whether you knew it or not, was connected to some type of dark hierarchy. Could be a principality or something else. Thank you so much, Fashionista. You're amazing. But yeah, this person, they don't know where they're going in life. That's also another problem. This is why they're not aligned with your path. You have been hurt by this person way too many times to just go backwards. And if you're a male and not a female, this Knight of Wands is somebody that wants to compete for something that is meant for you. And this could be another reason that you cut them off, because they're competitive. Temperance. Yeah, you have Archangel Michael protecting this divine union and protecting your future. So you just got to be willing to step into it. I feel like it takes a little bit of courage and a little bit of faith. You got to be able to trust that you, God, your inner connection, your intuition, and the creator of all things, which is your higher self, source, that love, joy, and peace, you have to just trust that you are going to be led the correct way. And you don't need a system to do that for you when you have your own spiritual connection. Page of Pentacles. You guys are going to have a legacy that you leave the people that come after you. And this is what somebody wants to have because they don't have it. And they're not a star. Whoever this other person is not a star. They don't have any type of real talent. This person is the type of person that would have to make a demonic contract or sell their soul to get any type of fame or recognition. They would have to do it because they don't have anything authentically. And there's something about this person that is a trick. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. You have an inheritance, a natural one that comes from God, which is a crown, a position, a good heart, roots. You have literally, just be aware that this person from the past may want to fight with you over money. If you don't take this person back or talk to them anymore, or you cut cords with them, this new person that comes in will also have an inheritance from God, and you guys can use that inheritance together. This is a collective reading, so I'm reading the general energy for everyone. So yeah, just be aware that, this narcissist from the past, they're a foolish person. They want to steal something that God gave you, okay, by siphoning it or blocking you from having it because they don't have it. There is an aspect of competition or jealousy with this person. Knight of Pentacles. They're showing up as night energies. I feel like this person wants to be very successful, but they're not. This is what they project to the world, that they're this they are trying to deceive everybody about their finances. This person's just wanting to latch onto somebody and drain them for what they're worth. That's all this vampire narcissist is going to do. So sometimes it takes a little bit of courage to walk away from people. If this person's, I really feel like if they practice any type of witchcraft, this shit is null and void. In the new age of Aquarius, this is not working. You're not up under some love spell. You're not confused. You know that this person is broken and broke. The Sun. While you're over here healing your inner child, this person is ignoring that they have wounds. So keep moving forward, you guys. You have a lot of success and good health ahead of you and a very long life. Literally a very long life. A lot of money too. And a happy love union. All you got to do is be true to yourself, love yourself, and ask the questions that you need to ask the universe. Ask the universe for a sign. I mean, I know that you guys don't even need a sign with this person because this person's been on the dumb shit, but literally 6 of Wands. If you continue to move forward and follow your dreams, you are going to literally receive the fame and recognition and reward that you want. And that's inevitable. It's going to happen no matter what. And this is why sometimes when celebrities and stuff are interviewed and they ask, well, how did you get here? They say, I was rejected 3,000 times at auditions or something. I was turned down for role after role after role. And then one day, somebody, because I didn't give up, somebody said yes. And that's the energy that I'm getting here, is that for what you really want, because you did have somebody that was trying to compete with you, which is super strange. I mean, it's a normal human thing to be competitive, but it's not normal to try to sabotage somebody else. That's like not cool. This is why you cut this person off. Like if you would have been with this person or stayed with them or gotten back with them or whatever, or hung around them, you would have depreciated in value. Like that's what they do. They depreciate the value of anything that they touch. Where you have the Midas touch, this person wants to use you for that so that they can get out of being, I don't want to say cursed, but yeah, bound. This person's bound by their own belief system. 3 of Swords. And you know what? The Bible was written by human people, okay? Most of the people that wrote the Bible were the ones that betrayed Jesus to his fucking face. So I don't want to hear anything about that. This is so against what the Bible says. No, it's not. If you have a problem with it, take it up with God, because I'm here doing God's work. God puts unique people like me in all different places of the world so that we can reach people that would not be able to be reached had there not been somebody of God there. So just think about that before you judge other people, especially on some shit out of the Bible. I'm sorry, but no, you don't know the people that wrote the Bible at all. It wasn't written by God. It wasn't written by Jesus. And Jesus didn't study a Bible, and he didn't go to church, and he didn't belong to a church or any type of bullshit ass organization. Okay. He had a personal one-on-one relationship with God. And so that's why the Bible is good for some things, but taking it as law and judging other people with that is ignorance. 3 of Swords, literally. I feel like this person would betray you had they been given the chance. Okay. So just know that their competitive nature would have led them to either have a third-party situation, or they already did have a third-party situation. But yeah. So with that person making that comment, it just shows me that there's something within me that I need to heal, as why that person even came in here. That's how I look at life. Like I go within, I go, okay, what was I thinking? What are my fears? What are my thoughts and beliefs that drew that person and that stupid comment in? Because I don't like to argue with people, especially over things that are like pretty common sense. It's just people are stuck in this way of thinking. That's why I think it also has to do with this Hierophant group, this religion, wanting to dominate everybody, If you guys are interested, there's a Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which is freaking like so valuable. And, Peter, when he started the church, he integrated all of this oppressed women bullshit. And Mary Magdalene's opinion, Jesus's real opinion, was not oppress other women, not oppress anybody, actually. The good thing that the Bible is for is to show us experiences that we could experience while we're living a human life. It's like Joseph's brothers sold him into slavery. That's something that could have happened. That's the same thing as like being trafficked. So you just have to understand the Bible is trying to teach you how to not make bad choices. Okay. That's all. But it's still written by human men. And no woman's input at all. Human men. Some of them betrayed Jesus to Jesus's face that wrote the Bible. And so as far as it being God's word, I do not believe that. And it doesn't even hold up. Like, not in spiritual court. What humans have written does not hold up like that when it comes to spiritual court and spiritual law. Now, I'm not saying it's not worth anything, but I am saying that every religion has a little bit of truth and a bunch of bullshit mixed in with it. So that's why religion's not wrong, but how people have used religions to manipulate everybody else and control them, that is wrong. For once, this is all about you completing a project, finishing a goal, making a deadline. You guys could be getting a level up in your career. This is like you being blessed for being a good person. When you do right by other people, you will find that your karma gets into alignment. You know what I mean? And then people start doing right by you. And sometimes it just takes changing the way that you perceive something for the situation to start to change itself. If we hold on to the belief that we're bad sinners or whatever, okay? First of all, I don't, this is why I don't believe in like Mormonism and people that are like, we're better than everybody else. The sinners were the people that followed Jesus. Like, there was people of all walks of life. Nobody is perfect. Trying to hold people to a perfect state is like demanding things that are ridiculous. Like, these people that want you to be a perfect something are so imperfect themselves. Like, what the hell is wrong with them? How can they expect you to be a perfect something when they are not even close to that? So again, and their perfection is a delusion. Our higher selves, God, soul, spirit, is perfection. The more that we move towards love, joy, and peace, the more that we move towards God, the more perfect we'll become. But as long as we're having a human experience, we're not going to be perfect people. I mean, we can become more perfect, but even that is a delusion. It's how we perceive what we should be, which is all a judgment. And that's why I know I have something to heal when it comes to judgment. When I feel like people are judging me for God created me this way. I was born with these abilities. They exist within both sides of my bloodline. You know, I'm not committing any type of sin by telling people to go within and access God. And so it's like, you know, the Knight of Cups. Just be aware that this person is coming out as all of the night energies, which is like they feel like you need to be saved. The only thing we need salvation from is from ourselves. Like, usually it's us that block ourselves with our own thoughts and our beliefs. But when we release that, things open up. And we need to stop giving the demonic shit so much power when it's basically powerless. If you stop believing that demons can manipulate you and control you, then you will stop having that experience. Like, I know somebody that knows the things that I'm talking about, but because they're forced into living a life of limitation by being in a Hierophant group that doesn't serve them and their highest and best good, they keep getting possessed. And so, you know, I can exorcise a demon, but if somebody goes back to doing something that will get them repossessed, then what's the point? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to have the courage to walk away from something that's toxic. And you guys have done that, like, literally. Five of Pentacles. Whoever you're dealing with, they want to use you for a place to stay. I feel like they want to come in and make a romantic offer and like schmooze you over, you know, set something into stone, and then they would start with this like religious weird, it could even be Freemasonry, but it's like rhetoric. It's bigotry. This person doesn't follow any of these laws that they expect everybody else to follow. This person's like no better than anybody else, okay? This is why I think people calling themselves saints and exalting them above other people is delusional. These people are in the Five of Pentacles because they've put somebody else in the Five of Pentacles. They don't know how to use their own resources or their own abilities to manifest the life that they want. Like, literally. They feel like they have to get what they need in life by stepping on others. And that could be a temporary fix, but long term, that's going to just bring about really negative karma. And this person will pull in people that will step on them. And so they need to just be aware that what they send out, they will get back, literally. And that you can think you control the way you send shit out, but you don't control the way it comes back to you. The universe does. And what we put out, the universe doesn't understand yes and no. It understands only vibration, and then it matches that vibration. And that's basically the law of attraction. This person is their own ending. They're their own downfall. It's how they treat other people as to why they're going to go through this betrayal. And it's like having a Judas in their life, literally. This person is a Judas. They would betray you the moment that they got ready because they feel like you have a resource that they don't possess, which I agree. You have God. This person will never go within. They'll never go within themselves and take responsibility. They won't do the shadow work. They're afraid of it, and they don't love themselves. So that's another reason that they're not going to be a part of you getting your reward for your hard work that's committed and already done, literally. This person would try to put you in the Five of Pentacles and take a home from you, because that's the only thing that they know how to do, is take from other people. Yeah, and you intuitively know this, so you're going to turn this person down. I feel like there's a real love union that the Holy Spirit has for you. You just have to be willing to not settle for less. And settling for less would be this night energy that wants to show up with all of these different masks on, masking that they're really a fucking snake. And that's what this person is. And just know that snakes shed their skin so that they can become bigger snakes. This person is acting like you're some type of rodent to them. They look at you like prey, and they look at you like competition. Somebody that wants to be in a relationship with you in any type of way and thinks they have to compete with you, that's a dangerous, envious weirdo, because there is no competition. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Thank you, everybody that donated. I really appreciate it. Know that I will be praying for you guys. Also, if you guys want to jumpstart your spiritual journey, okay, I suggest that you get The Truth of God by Michael STEADMAN. The link to this book is in the description box below. Why is it so great? Because it's got a lot of different techniques in it that will get you out of the psychic realm and will put you into accessing God, your higher self. It's got the God technique, ego. Every time I talk about the God technique, this is so funny. Every single time it reconnects me. That is a fucking message, you guys. Every time I just talk about this technique, every single day, it does the reconnect thing. Okay, because this is what the technique does. It reconnects you to God, and it separates you from your ego so that you're looking out through your higher self, aka God's source, and you're seeing things from a bigger picture. It's extremely important to elevate your consciousness. Then the joy versus anger technique is very valuable because it helps you develop a yes and no answering system with God so that you can get an immediate answer back, not have to say a prayer, not have to look for signs, not have to wait for an angel number, where you're getting a yes and no response immediately. It's similar to muscle testing, but this is more foolproof because joy versus anger is your intuition working. So it's an intuitive workbook. And then the other technique is, as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage, aka beliefs that we are dragging around, which are influencing the reality that we are experiencing. This method is best used in combination with one of the question asking answer, which is like yes or no, receiving methods described previously, or one you're already familiar with for inner confirmation. So you're asking yourself, the term serve me in the following section refers to serve my highest and best good. If you have a storyline or a thought or belief that is a hindrance, you need to ask yourself, does this serve my highest and best good? No beliefs serve your highest and best good. You'll always get a no with that. And then being able to release it, the mind technique teaches you how to do that. All right, and there's so many other techniques. That's just the most important 3 that I use on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so, because I've always been psychic, but then when I gained that information and used that intuitive workbook, it took me out of the psychic realm of feeling trapped, where I was feeling spiritual warfare and attacks and all this crap, and then it put me into the higher realm. Okay, so I have written a book called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells, and it helps you work with the major arcana cards, which are the major transition cards, like the Hierophant. And basically, it's got different tarot card spreads where you'll pull a card for each position, and this will help guide you beyond self-doubt and limiting beliefs, okay? Because a lot of times when you try to pull cards for yourself, it's very difficult because you're wanting to see an outcome or a certain situation. So you could read, this is why people go to other people to get their cards read. so you can read the information correctly. So for example, the Empress archetype. So you would pull a card for the first position, the Empress, the number 3. The first position is personal, divine, feminine, archetype, and ego. This card position shows you information relating to your South Node energy. This means that you will receive information and insight into the depth of your ego. Your personal, divine, feminine archetype may show through here. This position gives you a sense of how awakened you are to your life, divine life purpose and mission here on the earth. This position gives you knowledge about the lower self or ego self that you have been identifying with. And then the second position, higher self, divine feminine archetype of the Empress. This position can show you how fertile you are. You may see how the archetype energies that you pulled in the last card relate to yourself in this position. This card position will show you how in touch you are with your motherhood, and you may get a message about how to heal the bond with your mother. If you pull the Empress card for this position, then you will know that you are in alignment with your Empress self. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine within us. So even if you are a man, this card still relates to your divine feminine nurturing energy. And then the spells are really simple. They involve God and the Holy Spirit and the actual cards themselves. So basically, just looking at one of them, the Hierophant spell. All you need is like a Sharpie, a blank piece of paper. Sage and Palo Santo, which I just say in general, cleanses and consecrates everything. And so you basically, this one is for manifesting lack into nothingness. This is considered void magic. So you're basically getting rid of things that you don't need. So I invoke, draw in, and evoke, draw out the energies of the Hierophant into this card for the workings of this spell. I call upon the traits of the Hierophant along with any personal dignities and powers that belong to me. I call and summon back my destiny. I am my own high priest. I call upon the Most High God to aid me in my calling and to aid me in working towards total mastery over my destiny. And fate, all destiny swapping and destiny swappers, I cast into the void of nothingness now. So anyways, the links to these books are in the description box below. All you need to work with this book is the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then I suggest that you get Sage and Palo Santo to cleanse the deck that you have. Okay. Thank you guys for making it to the ending of this reading. Please like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you so much. Thank you everybody that donated, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay, bye. Have a good one, you guys.